Hey guys, welcome to the downtown headquarters of DK Pittsburgh Sports, which happens to be situated, well, as of tomorrow, right next to the UFC gym, the brand new UFC gym downtown on Fifth Avenue. I'm joined and delighted to be joined by Adam Sedlak, the CEO nationally of UFC Gym. Welcome, man.
I am absolutely thrilled to be here. This is an incredible sports town, and what better place for a UFC gym than in Pittsburgh?
Well, you're stealing my first question, man. That's not fun.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Let's talk about why Pittsburgh, why downtown, what brought you guys down here?
There's a lot to that, right? UFC Gym at its core is a fitness organization designed to help people find the best version of themselves. Obviously, the UFC proper is a multi-billion-dollar sports organization that has insane growth. It's been amazing. Well, when you step back and you look at how we're growing globally in 39 countries and throughout the US, we have a franchise arm. And in that franchise arm, we look for really, really good partners that understand and love the markets they're in. And that's where we found Lucas Piat and his organization and his group. And he was so passionate about bringing this brand to Pittsburgh. And then once I vetted it out and I looked at the market, now I'm a Chiefs fan, so don't use that against me. Don't use that against me. But as I looked at it and I started to understand how great these residents and customers and sports fans are in the market, I thought this is going to be a home run.
It's a different place, man. That's for very sure. I'm going to share with you some specifics about what the UFC gym is here. It's a 35,000 square foot gym, and I'm going to get to that breakdown in a minute here. It's going to offer virtually every fitness modality available, including free weights, circuit machines, spin, MMA training. You guys are nuts. Kickboxing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, youth classes, group training, yoga, and downtown's most complete fitness recovery center, which I'm also going to be asking you about. That includes cryotherapy, infrared cocoons, nutrition, aqua massage, which I've had, which is unbelievable.
Yes, sir.
Compression therapy, spray tanning, bulb tanning. I didn't know you did tanning.
A little bit of everything, but let's be clear.
Yeah.
We even have a real octagon that we can.
I have seen this thing.
Yeah.
It's downstairs. It's down a level.
Yeah.
It's a fighting octagon.
Yeah. But this is not a fighting gym. This is a gym that looks at how a UFC athlete trains their body. And let's take a look at that, right? It's holistic. Not only physically do they have to be in great shape, but mentally. So what we do is we understand the best practices of how athletes train. We bring that to the everyday consumer. And so if you want to take a yoga class, you can take it. You want to take Zumba, which I think you would be a good Zumba participant, you can take it. Yeah, you can take it for sure. But we have boxing, kickboxing, HIIT classes, cycling classes, anything that you could possibly imagine on the fitness realm, you're going to find it in that 35.
Well, this is where I want to get into the square feet, because for anybody who's been down here to our place on Fifth Avenue, you'll see it's not the biggest footprint and it's not the biggest street presence. You'll see the same thing for the UFC thing. Their gym extends upstairs all the way over into Market Square, and then downstairs with a very large footprint as well. And then, of course, right here on this main floor, they took up a big chunk of what used to be the old Woolworth G.C. Murphy's building historically, for those of you who go way back. Is there any sort of clientele that you seek? Is there a target audience, or is there something for everybody in there?
It's a great question. We want fighters in that club.
What does that mean?
Let me be clear.
Just said I would go.
You are a fighter. Did you not know that you're a fighter?
Let's hear it.
Every one of us on planet Earth have our own personal fight, right? I got to lose weight. I don't have my six pack anymore. I got to get that back. That's my fight. Maybe put a little hair on my head. That's my fight. You may have your own different fight, whatever that may be. You're going to tell a coach over there to say, hey, I'd like to lose 15 pounds. I like to feel better about myself. I like to work on my flexibility.
Coach?
Personal trainer, coach,
okay.
They're parallel, right?
Okay.
So that coach or that trainer is only focused on you and what your personal fight is.
That's amazing.
That's why you're a fighter. That's why you are a fighter.
Ryan Lytle comes in and offers UFC congratulations on the new location. Randy Wagner does the same thing here.
Thank you.
And then Ryan points out that Dolly, my wife, wants to get me into the octagon. And on that note, we're going to be joined here momentarily by Ryan Shazier, who is going to be the ambassador. What's Ryan's role over there?
Well, let me tell you, Ryan's role is critical, but more important, as the ambassador, he's our motivation of what and why fitness has purpose. When you look at Ryan,
that's a good one.
Yeah, well, when you look at his history, what he's gone through, there is no better fighter on planet Earth. And the way that he's reacted both mentally and physically has been absolutely amazing. We're going to take that spirit, we're going to bring that to everybody in Pittsburgh.
On that note, let's bring in Ryan Shazier. He's available on our stream here. Shazy, what's going on, man?
What's up, DK? How you doing?
Man, I get Vince Williams 1 month, I get you the next month. It's like old times.
Yeah, I know, right? Shake and bake.
Yeah, here's Adam is in here with us. We're looking forward to having you next door. Adam was just talking about, he said he wants to get fighters in here. He wants to get people who fight. What does that mean to you, Ryan?
Yeah, man, everybody's fighting for something. To me, is very important that we get fighters, we get everybody in there, because everybody's fighting for something. For me, I was fighting back, learning how to walk again, fighting back to just having an independent lifestyle. Adam said he's fighting to get hair back, but I think he looks pretty fine. So I think he's all right. But at the end of the day, everybody's fighting for something. Everybody understands that they have a journey that they have to go through, and I think UFC Gym here in Pittsburgh and UFC Gym in general is going to be able to help people push through.
Now, Ryan, you've been a part of Pittsburgh for a long time. We've adopted you long since as one of our own. Tell me why UFC Gym is a fit for Pittsburgh, just knowing what you know about the city.
So the city of Pittsburgh, we're a blue-collar city. We're known for fighters. We're known for, being the tough guys. The AFC North is a tough division. We're not like the pretty guys in the, in the West, and we're not like, Miami. We're the type of people that go in there and show people, hey, we're going to put the work in every single day, and that's how UFC Gym is. Like we said, everybody's fighting for something, but when UFC Gym, we understand that it's going to be gritty. It's going to be things that we have to work through. We have to push through, and we have the trainers that can do that for us. But then we also have, the state-of-the-art equipment. So when, we need to get rehab done, when we need to have all the nice equipment that you would like to have in the gym, we have all that.
We mentioned that there's going to be a separate entrance down here downtown into the rehab and recovery. Why don't you share with us what that is too, and why it almost has a distinct feel from the rest of the gym?
Yeah, when you work out in any gym, right, you have a specific mindset, and you have to be gritty and competitive and really attack your workouts. And we have coaches to help you and get inspired through that. But there's also a setting where you have to give back to your body and replenish your body and energize your body. So when you think about compression, red light therapy, aqua massage, all these variable modalities, what they do is they help you live and experience life better, react to fitness in a much quicker way, and get you prepared for the next workout so you can fight once again at your optimum level.
Yeah, the recovery part, Ryan, you obviously had to do amazing and extensive work on your own here. Is that part kind of undersold to the public? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't hear people talk about that. I'm going to go handle my recovery period now.
Yeah, so like the guy that told me about recovery was James Harrison. He's a guy that, he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on his body, and that's why he was able to get so big. But then also he was able to last so long. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize is your body breaks down every single time that you work out. People don't understand that. Every time you lift in weight, you're tearing up a little bit of your muscle tissue, and just so you can get a little bit bigger, you can get a little bit stronger. And if you can recover a little bit faster, and it allows it to be a simpler process and you go through less pain, that's what it's all about. So the fact that you can go in and train and get better, allow you to overcome, just the burning sensation that you might have after a workout. You come in and you can recover a lot faster, because the older you get, I've been noticing this at the age of 30, and I don't know how old you young men are, but I know the older you get, the harder it is to recover. And, so us having that recovery is going to allow you to recover faster and allow you to get back out there sooner than you were before.
If we're going to talk about the Debo method of recovery, we're going to talk about Debo going into a big cold ice tub. And you know what I'm talking about over there on the south side. Just surround himself with this big vat of ice. And the moment he goes into it, of course, he displaces half of the ice onto the floor.
Sure.
There's only one of that guy. He's not the one you want to use to be making comparisons. Am I right?
Yeah, no. We're not comparing everybody to him. We're just saying he taught me about rehab. When I was a rookie, I was a guy that kind of just, hey, man, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm young. I can push through it. But he also told me, like, hey, Ryan, you can push through it. You can be the best guy out there, but you have to be able to bring yourself back to being able to get back out there and recover a lot faster. And he taught me, you know, at a younger age, if you start recovering sooner, you'll be able to play longer. And even to this day, you know, that was another reason I was able to overcome what I overcame, because I was still, you know, getting all the therapy, still getting the cryo, getting the cold, to, you know, doing the cryotherapy and just like a bunch of different type of equipment that I was using to help me when it came to getting just to recover faster. And, you know, you don't have to be James Harrison. You don't have to be Ryan Shazier, but, you know, you can be somebody that wants to be in there consistently, somebody that wants to stay fighting. And with us having that recovery, is going to allow you to keep pushing forward and keep fighting and last a lot longer.
I'm joined here by Adam Sedlak, the CEO of UFC Gym, and of course Ryan Shazier is with us. And go ahead, Adam. You had something.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, tacking on to what Ryan is saying, the number one health enemy. Do you know what that is?
Let's hear it.
Procrastination. And
wow.
Do you know why it's procrastination? Is because people show up in the gym, they work out, they feel sore, and they don't want to go back to the gym. So with recovery, it allows you to take that adversity on, overcome it, and get your ass back into the facility.
That's really good. Randy Wagner has a question for you guys. He wants to ask, can you describe what are the benefits of red light therapy?
Yeah, I mean, listen, red light therapy has incredible benefits on recovery. It helps you with skin, complexion, energy. There's a bunch of science that tells you that in regards to the modalities of your muscular rebuild, that red light therapy 3 to 4 times a week can significantly help you.
And Matt Hyde says, hey, Ryan, so glad you've recovered. This is awesome what you're doing. We're getting a lot of those messages right now from our viewers, Steelers fans, I'm sure, and everything else here. I have to ask, you have kept yourself so busy, so engaged. And, you know, I do a show every day with Ramon Foster, your friend. And Ramon says the same thing. I heard the same thing from Vince Williams. Marquise Pouncey was on the show. They all say that they want to stay. Just because football's in the past for them, they want to make sure that they're staying active. And I think that fits a little bit with what Adam is saying here.
Yeah, it's very important to stay active after you're playing, because the one thing about football players, it's kind of funny with O linemen compared to D linemen and everybody else. O linemen, after they're done playing, they find a way to lose weight while everybody else gains it. You know? So with myself, Vince, and a lot of other guys that played prior to myself, that we have to stay active, because obviously we don't want to gain weight, we don't want to get bigger. And then that, you know, the bigger guys, it's like, hey, I've been gaining weight my whole life. I need to stay active to lose it. But it's very important to just stay active and just continually moving your body, because at the end of the day, we're role models at some capacity. It could be role models to our fans. It could be role models to our kids. And if somebody sees us out here and we're looking like a slob, it's like, man, how can that guy be Ryan Shazier that I used to love if I'm out here 350 pounds? So it's just, at the end of the day, we're still role models. We're still people that the fans look up to, that people look up to, and we just want to make sure that we stay active in the community, but then also stay active when it comes to working out. I
ran into David DeCastro at the airport in Miami before you guys had a game down there last season, and his tummy's all flat and everything. Yeah. I'm like, David, wow, Marquise lost 50 pounds, I think, the day he rolled out of bed after this season.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's absolutely nuts. We have a question from Jim Bergeron, who says, how financially accessible is everything, Adam? Is this affordable, or is this just for people who have a ton of money?
No, listen, one of the key objectives that we have. We worked with Ryan on this around pricing strategy in the market. We wanted to make it affordable for everybody, right? So we have a fitness access only. If you just want to come in and work out, do some group fitness classes, you can certainly do that. And it's very competitive at what you would pay at every normal gym.
Mm-hmm.
30, 40, 50 bucks a month, right? And if you want to add personal training, if you want to add ultimate classes,
it's like a smorgasbord. That makes sense. I can tell you from being down here and watching these guys work Fifth Avenue for months now, they're not discriminating. They're stopping everybody on the sidewalk. Hey, you look like you could be in here. You could be one of these people. You know who else they're trying to get to go to your gym? Me.
Rightfully so.
And there's reporters' lifestyles. Shazier can back me up on this. We are the same. We're in the locker rooms. We're walking around. We're going slow. We're kind of hunched over. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We eat terribly. I have one of your people come over here every day saying, "What are you doing drinking this thing? This is going to kill you."
Well, what stops you from working out?
What was your word again?
Procrastination.
Do you realize, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
There's 168 hours in the week.
Okay.
I just need 2. Can you give me 2?
What?
I just need 2 hours.
He's lying. Tell him he's lying.
That's all we need.
Hey, just there's 2 hours. You got to think about it. If you do 30 minutes a day, 4 workouts a week, that's 30. That's 2 hours right there.
Wow.
That's all you got to do.
So what does that involve? Do I require a coach? Do I need somebody to come in and push me?
Well, I feel like I'm obligated to get you a coach so I
Okay.
can have somebody inspire you and hold you accountable to getting your ass in there. That's number 1. But number 2, there is an obligation we have. We have this obligation that we just went through this pandemic, right?
Yes, sir.
It's called COVID. Well, we have another epidemic on our hand, which is called obesity. And obesity
That is accurate.
It's the number 1 driver of cancer, and all these different diseases are created really at the stem from obesity. So the obligation is to make sure that we take people that are procrastinators, that don't think they're fighters, and make them a fighter to take on obesity and get them in the best shape of their life.
Ryan, you're almost disqualified from answering this question because you've been in immaculate shape your entire life. Nothing's ever. I know you because you hold yourself to a certain standard. But what is the thing that just waking up in the morning? What makes the difference for you? Because let's be honest here, you don't have to do this. You're not facing the Browns or the Bengals next week. What has you motivated to stay in this kind of shape?
So one of my core values is, so I'm gonna just tell you my 5 core values. My 5 core values is faith, family, success, determination, and growth. And the last 3, determination, success, and growth, are just like who I am as a person. So for me, if I want to grow spiritually, if I want to grow financially, if I want to grow as a person, grow as a father, I feel that when I work out, I feel a lot better as a person, and it allows me to grow. So I have went out of this whole process of me being injured, I have went like 7 months. I'll say about 7 months where I didn't work out at all. I did rehab, but just like, I'm not going to work out. And I just noticed that I wasn't Ryan Shazier. I was somebody that, I wasn't somebody that I would approve of. And what I mean by that, it was just like, I would be lazy just watching TV, and my wife would tell me my mood wasn't the same. And that's one thing that I wanted to make sure that people understood, that I'm always trying to get better. And when I looked back at myself, at my values, I looked at it. It's like, hey, this is not who I am. So to me, I think it's very important to just stay who you are. And a lot of people don't understand, like, when you miss out on those workouts, when you miss out on that opportunity to get better, you're missing out on you just getting better yourself, and you helping yourself. And I don't know many people that work out on a consistent basis that are in a bad mood after they work out. It sucks at the beginning, but you feel better at the end.
Yeah, speaking of the beginning, Ryan Lytle chimes in and says, I just did a 28-day challenge. The initial soreness was brutal, but got easier with each workout. What's the best treatment for that initial workout right at the beginning? What are you looking for?
Well, first of all, you got to start off moderately. If you go in there and you go in and do 150 burpees and take yourself to muscle failure, it's going to put you in a very awkward position in about 3 hours, right? So we don't want to do that. You want to start off with moderation. We want to start off with a little bit of flexibility, activating your core, stabilizing your core, and making sure that we just add a little bit more intensity as you continue to come. So it becomes part of your lifestyle. It's comfortable, but your body's adapting the right way.
Adam Sedlak, CEO of UFC, is Jim, and he's joining me along with Ryan Shazier. Where your place is concerned, walk me through this, okay? I want to go into UFC gym downtown. You don't know who I am. I'm walking in there off the street here, and I have, median income or whatever else here. What are you recommending? What do you want, Ryan? What do you want to see from me in there?
So what I want to see is you just come in, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Most people, when they're going to the gym, they have an agenda. Hey, I'm trying to lose 50 pounds. I'm trying to lose 40 pounds. I'm trying to, lose 10 pounds. And if that's your agenda, that's your goal, I want you to come in, tell our coaches, tell our trainers what you're trying to do so they can help you with that. But my end goal is to have, working out just be part of your lifestyle. Because a lot of people fail to realize is that, when you're reaching for a goal, sometimes people's goals are so high, it's hard for them to achieve them and they give up. But what I'm trying to tell people is if it becomes part of who you are, is instead of like what you're trying to do, it's going to make you feel like a much better person, and you're going to want to do it every single day, or not every single day, but you want to do it more often because you understand it's part of who you are. Instead of like saying, hey, DK, I'm trying to lose 20 pounds. Hey, I'm DK and I love to work out. It turns into two different things, and that 20 pounds will be lost in the process.
Why UFC, though? Somebody's walking by on the street again. They see the very familiar, globally renowned UFC logo on a downtown building, and they think, UFC? Oh, I don't need that. I just want a gym.
Well, we talked about it, is that the parallel process of a fighter and what they do to prepare to step in the octagon. I want you to think about that, right? You have a UFC athlete that's about to go physically fight another man or woman, right, at their same weight and so forth, the same strength levels roughly. And what does their mental psyche tell them? Are they confident? Are they going to walk in with the understanding that nobody can beat them on planet Earth? Or are they inferior where they don't have that confidence? And so just as Ryan talked about, it's really about getting a mirror out, having you look at the mirror and say, who do you want to be? Who's the best version of you? And let us go attack that for you so we can change your life. Because if we change your life, you're going to change everybody else's life around you, your significant others, the people that you're with, your community association.
I'm reminded, this is going to be the second time we reference Debo on this program, but something that James Harrison once told me out of St. Vincent College. I asked him, and when you ask Debo a stupid question, he's going to make sure you asked a stupid question. So I asked him, I go, Debo, just what's the mindset right now going into this training camp? And he looks at me and kind of tilts his head, and he goes, mindset, beat the man across from you. That was it. You know what? If you think about Debo's career, he wasn't. I mean, with all due respect to Dick LeBeau and everybody else here, Debo wasn't working off X's and O's. He was looking at the guy across from him. He says, "All right, I've got to beat Andrew Whitworth today. Guess what? I'm going to beat Andrew Whitworth today." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, DK, I exactly understand what you're saying, and I'm actually going to throw another quote back at you. And
Go ahead.
It's going to be in Creed, and Adonis Creed said, most people, they're out here, you trying to beat the man in front of them, but you have to just look in the mirror and just beat the person in front of the mirror. So if you look in the mirror and if you're beating yourself every single day, then how much better are you going to get? Because you don't have to worry about the person in front of you.
Now, if anyone said that, you do have an octagon in this building. You've seen it, Shazy, downstairs. It's an actual.
Yeah.
Like, I thought these guys were kidding.
It's
like
as
a real gym.
real as it gets. And here's what's so much fun. Now, you may not be able to see yourself doing this, but let's just say you come in and do a cycling class or do some bench pressing, whatever you want to do. If you just take 20 minutes and go hit mitts with somebody in the octagon, it'll be the best workout you've ever experienced. Because
it is man on man or woman versus woman or whatever it is. It's just, there's just a different, it's backs on backers, my man, right?
Yeah, it's definitely backs on backers, but we just don't let people go in there and fight if they're not approved to fight.
Let's keep that part. Let's keep that part clear. Guys, just in general, how excited are you about this venture? How is it going so far? Membership, everything else like that?
Everything is above plan. We're extremely excited from a UFC standpoint. When I look at our partner, when I look at our ambassador, we couldn't ask for anything more. This is an incredible, amazing town. This is not the last club. This is the first club of many to come. You watch what happens. UFC Gym's going to come, and we're going to come hard, and we're going to make a difference in Pittsburgh.
Well, we're happy to have you guys downtown. We're happy to have you as next door neighbors. Stop over and say hi, and feel free to coach me up a little bit.
And yeah, anybody that's listening that wants to come by tomorrow, we'll give them 10 days free on us.
Yeah, let's wait a second. What?
10 days. Well, as long as you show up, I'll give any of your listeners 10 days free. But you got to show up.
The grand opening of the UFC gym downtown is Saturday, June. What's the date tomorrow?
24th.
Tomorrow.
June tomorrow. June tomorrow. He says June 24th. It goes from 8 to 4, if memory serves.
It goes all day. All day.
They never leave. These people, they don't have hours. It's crazy. It's so true. They have I can tell you, this is me personally. I've gotten to know these people over here who are staffing this place, the general manager, Manny Lopez.
Yep.
These are people who are operating from the heart. They're not somebody you found, come in and do minimum wage work or whatever. They are hiring. This is the reporter in me just telling it like it is. They are hiring people who are of a very high caliber, in some cases away from other. Can I say this?
Yeah.
Away from other gyms. You're going to have the best of the best over here. And that includes my man number 50 over there on the other screen.
Yeah, no, listen, so much of providing excellent service is about your people and your team. And if we don't hire people with heart, how can we share heart with our customers? So 100% agree. Manny's amazing. So is the entire team over there.
Outstanding. Shazier gets the last word today.
Yeah, man, I'm just really looking forward to everybody that's going to come out tomorrow. We're going to have a great time. But, even if you can't come out tomorrow, UFC Gym downtown Pittsburgh, we're going to definitely make a big impact. And we look forward to anybody that plans to join us because everybody's fighting for something.
Hey, Ryan, can I get a Go Chiefs?
No, don't do that.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Absolutely not.
There are lines that do not get crossed in this business. Pittsburgh fan 412 actually does get the last word. He yells out, "Slim Shazier, looking great, Ryan. We miss you," he says.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
All right, guys. Looking forward to a grand opening Saturday, June 24th, downtown on 5th Avenue, 236 5th Avenue. UFC Gym, downtown Pittsburgh. Come down and see us. All right, guys. Take care.